Good evening, YouTube. It's the Half Man, Half Amazing Black Clark Kent coming at you live. Um, so a little bit of a sad story. My hometown, Boston. We're on the news today for something that happened over the weekend. And I want to dive into it a little bit. So there was this girl named Jassy Correia, I believe her name is. Apologize if I butchered the name, but I left a link to the story about what I'm about to talk about right now. So this 23-year-old woman, she's a mom of a 2-year-old daughter. She's from Boston. I think she's from Roxbury, but she lived in Lynn. And I'll get into that a little bit as well, a little later on topic, something else pertaining to that. So from what I read, it was her birthday weekend, and she wanted to go out to this club in Boston called Venue. I believe the club was called Venue that she was going to in Boston. A night out with her friends, stuff like that. So around 12:55, she left. I thought it's still coming out, but she left, and then all of a sudden she disappeared. Come Saturday, phone's off, no one can hear from her and everything like that. So living in an era of social media, everyone on social media is like, 23-year-old mom of two's missing. Please share, please share, please share. So I shared it on my Facebook. Boston police got involved saying, if you know any whereabouts, call us, and, anything is helpful at this point. So that happened last night. Come today, they find a person of interest. This gentleman by the name of Louis D. Coleman III from Providence, Rhode Island, which is about 45 minutes outside of Boston. You get to Rhode Island easily from Massachusetts, not that far. 45 minutes to an hour and 15 minutes tops. So he becomes a person of interest, and apparently he works for a government contractor called Raytheon, which is one of the big. There's Raytheon, there's GTE, that's an old one, Lockheed Martin. These companies that are government contractors that work for the government. So he becomes a person of interest in Providence. So, they look at his apartment, he's not there. They say she was last seen in a red Nissan Altima. So they're on the lookout for a red Nissan Altima. And unfortunately, they find Mr. Coleman in Delaware. Delaware PD pulls him over it's a nationwide manhunt for this man because he's a person of interest in this case, and why this girl went missing, because they're saying that he was the last person to be with her. I don't know the relation between the two, but they're saying he was the last person that was seen with her. So he gets pulled over in Delaware, which is kind of weird because the cameras say that, okay, he's seen leaving his place with 2 suitcases and gone. Obviously, if you're, there's some guilt there, there's something going on there. I won't say guilt. There's something not good. The Delaware PD popped the trunk, and unfortunately her body was in the trunk. That's the sad part about it. And this is where I'm going to go with this. So he's arrested. He's in Delaware right now, I believe. So they're going to extradite. So his swig is very tricky. Okay. So I work in the legal system in the courts. I know people that, I know prosecutors. I know a lot of attorneys. So I asked somebody today, like, how does that work? Like, you're dealing with a bunch of states here. So this is what I've been told, okay? We're going to use Providence and Boston, for example. If you commit a crime in Boston, right, against somebody, you take that person across state lines to another state and commit another crime, it can be considered federal now. So the federal government gets involved. So instead of going to state, it goes to federal court. And if it goes to federal court, this guy's screwed, which is probably going to end up happening because he fled to Delaware too. So now you got 3 states involved. It was a crime that happened in Boston. Another crime, allegedly a crime happened in Boston. Another crime allegedly happened in Rhode Island, and then you get caught in Delaware. So what happens now? The federal government's gonna get involved because he crossed state lines. So, unfortunately, this is what's gonna happen. And I want to talk about this for a second because a lot of people on Facebook are like, "Oh, you know, there's reports that she was living in a shelter in Lynn." So what? So what? She was trying to do the best she can provide for her daughter. I'm gonna assume that, okay? Everyone that's a parent, I'm not a parent, but anyone that's a parent deserves to have a night out to themselves with their friends. There's nothing wrong with that, okay? Unfortunately, it didn't end well for her, and it's not her fault. This man did something that was unthinkable. You killed another human being, right? I mean, I don't know the relationship between the two, but now you have a 2-year-old little girl that's going to grow up without her mother because some guy decided to do something asinine and crazy, you know? And I guess she was out with a group of friends. And I go back to this for a second, all right? So I talk about women in particular. Ladies, when you go out to the club, you go in together, you leave together. And I'm a guy, you know what I'm saying? I haven't been to a club in a long time. But when you go in somewhere as a group, especially to a club where there's going to be a lot of men, a lot of women, whatever. If you go as a group, there's something, I see a lot of things on Facebook called the girl code, okay? Ladies, when you go to the club, y'all go together, y'all leave together. You don't take a drink from somebody unless you see the bartender pouring that drink in front of you. Because a lot of stuff that's going on out here, you know, and unfortunately for this girl, this woman, she's not here anymore. You know what I'm saying? And all she wanted to do was go out with her friends, celebrate her birthday. And I don't want to blame the friends, but what happened? Like, what happened where she was like, I don't know if she got left behind or she left out, didn't tell. I don't know what happened. But whenever you go somewhere like a club or something like that, y'all go in together, y'all leave together. That's how I look at it. And I'm a guy. Like I said, you don't leave with strange men. You know, y'all make sure y'all get home. You know, if things happen, you know, make sure y'all get home. Because I guarantee you right now, her friends that went to the club with her are feeling like absolute shit right now. And it's a shame. And, you know, I wonder the mindset of people sometimes, like, especially men. Not all men, but I'll use this man for example. Like, what happened that was so terrible that you had to take this girl's life? I don't know the relationship between the two. I don't know if they had a relationship or whatever. But I'm just wondering what was so bad that you took a 2-year-old's mother away from them? You know what I'm saying? And, you know, we're all on Facebook sharing the story, saying, be on the lookout. The Boston police was actively involved. I give the Boston police a lot of credit. You know, I wish for a happier resolution. And unfortunately, she's not with us anymore. But this guy allegedly did something so heinous. You know, he's in the car and her body's in the trunk. So, I mean, you can put 2 and 2 together, see as you fit. But it's unfortunate what happened to her, and I feel terrible. Like, and down in Roxbury, there's a big Cape Verdean community down there. Big one. My barber is Cape Verdean. I've been going to him for 25 years. I used to live over there. I went to school over there. So the Cape Verdean community is very tight-knit, and they're devastated tonight with this news. And, you know, it's been all over the news today. It's been all over Facebook. A lot of my friends, I shared the story on my Facebook. A lot of people share the story on their Facebook. It's just a shame. And I wanted to talk about it a little bit. And like I said, you know, girl code, you know, as I see on social media, like if you go out in a group, the way you came in is the way you come out. Y'all leave together. Y'all go together. Y'all stay together. If one of y'all gotta go to the bathroom, all of y'all should go to the bathroom. You know, like, y'all gotta look out for each other. Because, unfortunately, this girl wanted to go out for her birthday, and now she's dead. You know? And that's a shame. And I want to circle back a second here. You have a lot of people on Facebook talking about, oh, she was living in a shelter in Lynn. She should have been home. She should have been looking for a place instead of going out to the club. Listen. Things happen for a reason. People's circumstances are not always peaches and cream and rosy, okay? So what that she lived in the shelter? So what? Who cares? She wanted to go out for her birthday. She wanted to go out with her friends for her birthday. There's no rule saying that she can't do that. I don't get it. I don't understand that. What does her living situation have to do with her going out for a night? And her daughter, from what I read, her daughter was with a family member. So, you know, so what? Who cares? You know, I don't like when people try to be so-called experts when something happens to somebody. You know, as soon as something bad happens, oh, she should have been home with her kids instead of going out. Like, who are you to determine what kind of parent she was? She might have been a great parent. She might have been the most amazing parent in the world. But you're going to judge her because she wanted to go out for one night with her friends for her birthday. I think that bothers me a lot, that people become so judgmental on somebody else's livelihood. You know what? If she wanted to go out, why? I mean, unfortunately, it didn't end the way we all wanted it to end, that she was found safe and alive. Unfortunately, she died, and she was in this man's trunk, you know? And this man's in a lot of trouble, because I'm almost certain this is going to be a federal case now, because allegedly he committed a crime of kidnapping in Boston, allegedly, went across state lines to Rhode Island with her, allegedly, and then he was captured in Delaware, and her body was found in the trunk of the car he's driving. So allegedly, I don't know how he's going to be like, oh, I didn't know that body was in the trunk. Yeah, it is very sad. It's unfortunate. It's very sad and very unfortunate what's going on. And, you know, condolences don't say nothing. It doesn't mean nothing. But I feel terrible for her family and for her 2-year-old daughter. Because I know people in the Cape Verdean community. I know Cape Verdeans, like I said, my barber is Cape Verdean. I have some friends of mine that live on the West Coast that are Cape Verdean. It's all like one big happy family, you know? And like I said, it's unfortunate that it ended this way, because like I said, we all wanted to have a happy ending to this. And, you know, I feel bad for the family. I feel bad for her 2-year-old daughter that's going to grow up now without her mom. And, you know, ladies, you should know this already. When you go to the club, you make sure you go, when you go with groups, make sure you go together. You go in together, you leave together. That's the most important part. And I'm a guy. I haven't been to a club in a long time. I don't really like clubs. I'm more of a lounge type of guy. I'm more of a social atmosphere. Like, I'll go to a casino. I'll go to Dave & Buster's. I go like have fun. I don't like getting dressed up to hang out. I don't like doing that. I don't like getting all dressed up to hang out. Yeah, it is heartbreaking. It's very heartbreaking to what happened here. But yeah, I mean, like I said, I don't know what the relationship between the two were, but, you know, this man's in a lot of trouble. Man's in a lot of trouble. And, you know, there's a lot of emotions, a lot of anger out there, rightfully so. Rightfully so. There's a lot of anger, a lot of emotions, a lot of, you know, what ifs. But one of the questions I have is, where were her friends at? Because she went with a group. Where were her friends at this whole time? And like I said, I'm not going to cast aspersions or anything like that at all. But I wonder where her friends are at. You know, I wonder how her friends feel today knowing that one of her own is dead. It was an evil world. He felt entitled to her. And you know what? If that's the mindset that he had, he's a terrible human being. You know, he's a terrible human being. There's no way, no how that this woman should have lost her life. I'll say it again. And like I said before, when something tragic happens, you have a lot of people on social media that are so-called experts. True. If they were her friends, they would never have left her. I agree with you on that one. So I wonder, like I said, you know, what was going on in his mind. You know, like no man has a right to any access to any female without their consent. Like I said, I don't know the whole story. I want to get in bits and pieces of it, and I appreciate y'all checking out my live stream. I left a link to the story on what happened. The brother was devastated, rightfully so, and you know, it's a shame. Like I said, girl code, ladies. When you go to somewhere as a group, y'all go together, you leave together. You know, you don't take drinks from a strange man unless you see the bartender actually pouring a drink in front of you. You know what I'm saying? Because we live in a world now where some of these guys think they can just, you know, they have access to you. You know, you wear a short skirt, that means you're entitled to get your butt slapped by a guy, or you deserve to get felt up on. Nah, it don't work that way, man. It don't work that way. Just because she's dressed a certain way doesn't mean you have access to her. You know, it don't work that way. Yeah, she was only 23 years old. Absolutely, it's a shame. It's a shame. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, 23 years old and already life's taken away from her. And her daughter is going to grow up without her mom. It's a shame, you know? And but like I was getting back to it, I like when I don't like it. I find it ironic that when you have somebody, when something bad happens, you have all these so-called experts out here saying, well, why was she home with her daughter? Blah, blah, blah. No, I'm sorry. I'm not a parent, but I know for a fact that parents do get tired sometimes of their kids. They want to break from their kids. And there was nothing wrong with her going out with her so-called friends, as people say here on the live, you know, to enjoy her birthday. Nothing wrong with that. And who cares if she lived in the shelter? Who cares? Who cares? Why is that relevant? You know? And then you got people that were getting mad because the Boston police had pictures of her Snapchat filters. That's a good one. But they're like, oh, why are there pictures of her on filters and Snapchat? Well, listen, these are the pictures that the family gave to the Boston police. Like, people nowadays for social media, they critique every single thing. They have on her Facebook page the pictures of her with Snapchat filters. Like, why isn't there a picture with her without makeup? Like, why does that matter? We have someone that's missing right now. We're looking for this person. Why you care about what kind of Snapchat filter that she has on? Why is that relevant? It's not relevant. The most relevant point right now is this girl's missing and we need to find her. But you people are so focused on she has a Snapchat filter and she's wearing makeup. Who cares? You know, we need to get to understand that, you know, not everything is important. The most important part is this girl's missing, not that she's wearing. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. It is weak for a man to prey on any woman. And yeah, rest in peace. You know, like I said, it's unfortunate that, you know, she's not with us anymore. And it's made a lot of news today. And, you know, I shared it on my Facebook page. I was hoping that, you know, a little thing help. But, you know, I mean, like I said, this guy's in a lot of trouble. A lot of trouble. A lot of trouble. And I think the federal government's gonna get involved here because, like I said, allegedly he committed one crime in Boston, drove across state lines to Rhode Island, and then he was captured in Delaware. So he's in a lot of trouble. A lot of trouble. But yeah, these Facebook experts just get to me sometimes. It's like, you know, yeah, it's gonna be a federal indictment. I'm not 99.9% sure he's going to the feds. He's done. The feds will get you. He's done. It's over. Game over for him. But let me get back to my point here. I get distracted. I'm sorry. It's just frustrating that you have these so-called experts that want to point the finger at the victim. You know? Hit our city hard. I don't know her personally, but I have friends that do this stuff. You know, absolutely. I keep my circle really small. You know, I have a close circle of friends, you know, and I know for a fact that my friends have my back and I have their backs too. If they need me for anything, I'm only a phone call away, you know. And like I said, like someone said before, her so-called friends, where were they at this whole time? You know, like I said, and I say it again, and I'll keep saying it over and over and over again. Ladies, when you go out to the club and you go as a group, y'all go in together, y'all leave together. One of y'all got to use the bathroom, bring somebody with you. Bring the whole group with you, you know. This is a tragic story, and I really was hoping for a happy ending. This story today hit our city very hard because you know what? A lot of people on social media shared, like, you know, her being missing. Please help her find her. Any news any leads that you have, call the Boston Police Department. I give the Boston Police Department a lot of credit for being very proactive, looking for this girl, looking for this woman. And unfortunately, like I said before, it hit a tragic ending tonight. She's only 23 years old. Yeah, you can't blame the victim, but like I said before, you have a lot of people out there that are saying, you know, why wasn't she home with her daughter? You know, her daughter was with a family member. She wanted to go out and have a good time tonight or that night for her birthday with her friends. You know, I don't like people being very judgmental on other people's lives. You know, like we live in a society now where her friends let her down. Yeah, yeah, like the girl from Chicago. I know exactly what you're talking about, Tony Bundles. It's a great point. You know, like I said, I don't like people judging other people's lives, you know? Like, who are you to judge someone what they want to do? You know, they're not doing anything bad. They just wanted to go and have a good time with her friends. And then, you know, you got these Facebook experts that said she should have been home. She should have been trying to get herself a place. And some guy, some asshole called her a ratchet. Like, come on, man. Come on, man. There are better things out there, you know. She absolutely had every right to celebrate her birthday. She absolutely had she had a right to go out to her birthday. She had a right to have a good time with her friends, and she had a right to go home to her daughter. And you know what? Those things were taken away from her. Absolutely, Dorothy. Like I said, I'll keep saying it again. When you go somewhere together, and especially a club, you go in together, you leave together. Not one person goes off with a strange man, you know? You all going together, you leave together. It's something called girl code, you know? I don't know a lot about it. I see a lot on social media. Y'all know more about y'all ladies know more about the girl code than I do. But I don't go to clubs. I don't do it because I don't like getting dressed up to go out, you know? I like some jeans, you know, a nice shirt, you know, some sneakers, my hat, you know, watch, everything, you know? But her friends must feel very terrible tonight. And like I said before, the 3 points. She deserved to go out and have a good time for her birthday. She deserved to have fun, you know what I'm saying? And she deserved to come home safely. And this guy allegedly robbed her of that. And her life is taken now. Only 23 years old. 23 years old and her life is gone. And her daughter's going to grow up without her mother. No, I understand. I understand. I agree with you to a certain extent, but you know, like I said before, this man allegedly did it. Well, it's allegedly, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if her friend's gonna make statements. I don't know. I mean, there's so many rumors out there right now in terms of what's going on. Like, we don't know. Someone's saying that her friends that were with her got rid of their Instagram accounts and deactivated their Facebook. I don't know. That's just a rumor. I don't know the details of it. The story's still very fresh and brand new. The link to the story is in this video description. I appreciate you guys checking out the video. Make sure you like and subscribe my channel. I will be putting up a lot more content. I'm actually getting ready to relocate to the West Coast in a few weeks, so I'll have some new content. She made it home. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff to unpack in the story. I mean, like I said, everything is just coming out. Like I said, I wish there was a better ending to this. I wish there was a happily ever after, because her daughter got robbed of her mother. And, I mean, she's dead in my heart. So. But thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you very much for that. But, yeah, I mean, this man, Lewis, I think I already forgot his name already. This guy is in a lot of trouble. Mr. Coleman III is in a lot of trouble. A lot of trouble. He's going to be in a lot of trouble. I am 99.9% sure it's going to be a federal indictment because allegedly he committed crimes in 3 states. So the federal government's going to get involved because you got Boston, Rhode Island, and Delaware all involved. So jurisdiction is going to be an issue. So you know what? The federal government's going to step in and say, we'll take the case. And you know what? He might be looking at the death penalty too. You know, he robbed this girl of her life. And I'm not for eye for an eye, but you know what? I can't blame people that are. I can't blame people that are. Yeah. Oh, it's going to be a lot more than felony murder. I'm telling you that much. Kidnapping. All that. I mean, he's up Schitt's Creek without a paddle. Oh, so So she wasn't one of those suitcases that they were saying he left with 2 suitcases. So she was in one of those suitcases. Is that what you're saying? Yeah, that's he's done. The charges as he should be. Yeah, he's done. I mean, kidnapping, murder, fleeing. Yeah, he's done. I'm assuming he's in Delaware, and I'm assuming he's going to be extradited back to Boston, or, well, I don't know. I mean, like I said, I don't know if I know the murder happened in Rhode Island, the kidnapping happened in Boston. A lot of stuff is still to be unpacked here. So it's going to be very interesting to see what happens down the road. Probably Rhode Island. Yeah, probably. He's going to be in a lot of trouble. Wherever it's going to happen, it's in a lot of trouble. It's not looking too good for him. So he worked for, from what I see, he worked for Raytheon in Rhode Island as an engineer. They say bleach was found. New England states are going to fry him. Yeah, we don't see stateside. We don't have the death penalty here, but when you get a trial federal, the federal government can go for the death penalty. Massachusetts don't have a death penalty here, but if it's a federal case, the federal government can act for the death penalty if needed. So yeah, he tried to clean up the scene. Yeah, a lot of stuff to unpack. He's gonna be in a lot of trouble. A lot of trouble. Like I said, I appreciate everyone checking out the channel. I appreciate you guys just getting the conversation going on here. No, insanity is not going to work. It very rarely works. I work in the court system now, and that very rarely works stateside. So I don't know what's going to, like I said, he's in a lot of trouble. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, I'm moving out to Arizona in a few weeks. I got a better offer. I got a good job. The weather's going to be great. I put some videos on my page about my journey to Arizona and stuff like that. Check it out. Subscribe, like, share the video. Hit the notification button. I'll have a lot more content out there. I appreciate y'all, going back and forth with me on the channel. This is our channel. I want this to just not be me. I want this to be, our channel. Thank you again, Gina. I greatly appreciate that. I appreciate the kind words, But like I said, unfortunately, I wish this would have been a better ending for her. And I feel terrible for her family. I feel terrible for her 2-year-old daughter, gonna grow up without her mom. It's a shame. We don't see, Boston's not really known for a lot of crime. I mean, we have crime, but not like heinous like this. And this is gonna stick for a long time. And we got hit hard today. We lost somebody today. A lot of people out there cared about. A lot of people that didn't know her cared because they wanted to see her come home safe. That's the one thing I can say about Massachusetts. We care about our people, no matter what it is. But unfortunately, like I said, this wasn't a happy ending, and it's a shame. It's a shame. This man robbed this little girl of her mom. This man robbed this girl. Yeah, I mean, I always say, like, everyone should have a right to go out and have a good time. Male, female, transgender, whatever. Yeah, I remember that story too. I mean, that was like, they found her safe. I think they found the guy who was in Charlestown, I believe. It was in Charlestown they found her. I think it was Charlestown they found her there. But everyone has a right to go out and have a good time and come home safe. No one has access to you without your permission, and like I said, it's a shame that what happened to this girl, and I know people that know her personally. He was crazy, but you can't quarantine crazy. He was too sick. I mean, it's hard to justify being in someone's head. You have people that are paid to do that, but like I said, I don't know the relationship between the two. I don't know if they had a relationship. Did she know him? Did she meet him at the club? I don't know the whole scenario. I don't know what's going on with that. But this man's in a lot of trouble. And unfortunately, it didn't end the way we wanted it to end. So, there's a lot of stuff to still unpack. There's a lot of stuff to still talk about. There's a lot of things gonna happen. This is gonna take a while to undress everything. It's just a shame now that, you know, a 23-year-old's gone, but to commit such a horrendous crime and to continue on. Yeah, I mean, you got to be really tapped to, you know, here's my thing, right? My job is to be non-judgmental and be impartial. That's my job, okay? But I also say to myself in my mind, like, you know, he's not getting bail. He's not going to get any bail whatsoever. I know, I can almost guarantee you he's not going to, when he goes in front of a judge, which I don't, like, once the federal government takes over and takes this, he's not getting bail. He's not going to get bail. What's probably going to happen is he'll go in front of a judge, get arraigned on all the charges. He's probably going to post no bail, get a no bail. They're probably going to put him in protective custody, because if they don't put him in PC, they're going to end up, someone's going to end up killing him in jail. I mean, that's going to end up happening. They're going to put him in protective custody. They're going to put him in some, I don't know, I don't remember what the federal jail we have. I don't know where it's going to happen at. It could happen in Boston, Rhode Island. I don't know where it's going to happen at. But wherever it's going to happen at, I know for a fact he's not going to get bail. He won't get bail for that. They're going to put him in PC, absolutely. Who's this behind me? Is it a police officer? Oh, no. Okay. I said this guy with a truck blinded me. No. So he'll go in front of, if federal takes over, go in front of a federal judge. The judge is going to issue, yeah, Middleton. You're right. You're right. So he's not going to get bail. He won't get bail. They're going to put him in PC, because, like I said, if they don't put him in PC, this guy's going to die in jail. Someone will get to him, because, you know, word travels quick around here. You know, they'll put him in PC, and he's going to prepare himself to live the rest of his life in jail, unless the federal government goes for the death penalty. So that's what's going to happen. So he won't be getting out anytime soon. He won't see the light of day again, allegedly. I want to put the allegedly out there, because, you know, it's one of the situations where you have a right to a trial, you're innocent until proven guilty, but everything's not looking good for this man, because her body was found in the trunk of the car, which is not a good thing for him. Not a good thing at all. So I appreciate y'all once again checking out the channel. Like, share, subscribe. Absolutely. You know what? There's never going to be any closure to this, because you know what? The loved one is gone. But to know that the man that committed this crime allegedly will be put away for the rest of his life, that can be some type of comfort and justice. And like I said, you feel bad for the family, you feel bad for her daughter, and you feel bad for everyone impacted. And like I said before, I wonder what's going to happen when her friends come out. Like, I wonder if the police are gonna interview them and figure out what happened prior to that going on. Absolutely. I mean, every time her birthday comes up, you're going to think about this moment. And it's a shame, because, like I said, she wanted to go and have a good time with her friends for her birthday, and she's dead. For what? Why? Why did she have to die? Why couldn't she just go out and have a good time and come home to her daughter? You know, why? Why did she have to die? I mean, I don't see any reason. Yeah, her daughter's only 2 years old. I don't understand why she had to die. You know, I mean, I don't care if alcohol was involved or what. No one deserved to die at all. She didn't deserve to die. This man didn't deserve to allegedly kidnap her and allegedly kill her. For what? Why? And I'll say it again for the women that are on my channel right now, checking out my video. You know, I don't go to clubs. I don't go to clubs at all. But when you go with your friends, you go to end together, you leave together. Girl code. I mean, you know more about girl code than I do, but I know that, you know, you got to have each other's back. You know what I'm saying? Because you know what, like I said, I wonder if her friends feel terrible what happened to her. I mean, people say, oh, that you can't blame her friends. Those are her so-called friends. Don't know the details of what happened. I'm assuming the police are going to interview them at some point and figure out what happened between the time she was there and the time she left. Exactly. And what I've noticed is a lot of places that I go, like I'll go to a bar downtown or a lounge, they scan your license. I guess they do that for purposes to say, okay, this is where this person was at this time, make sure the license is a legit license, all this stuff they're doing to protect you. But, you know, at the same time, like, you know, I guess she went to the club, I think it was Venue that she went to, correct me if I'm wrong, I think it was Venue that she went to downtown Boston, and they scan licenses there from what I read. And I went out with a friend of mine a couple weeks ago to this bar near Faneuil Hall, and they scanned my license, and my age popped up, and my license said legit. So I think they're doing this for a reason. I think they might be doing it to make sure that if something were to happen to you, they know the last place that you were at. I think that's the reason why they do it. And you know, you know, like I said, I'll keep harping it over and over again. This girl didn't deserve to die. This girl didn't deserve to die. Her daughter didn't deserve to not have her mom come home to her. Now this little girl's gonna grow up without her mom. Approach. Life is killing our kids and it's sad, but who needs religion, right? Religion is a different. It's a different. I don't want to go into religion right now because that's something that I don't want to touch. But you know, you're entitled to your opinion. You know, I mean, you're entitled to your opinion on that. I won't agree or disagree with you on that one. But you know, reasonable faith, you're entitled to your opinion on that. But I think it's just unfortunate that a lot of kidnappings going on with these females. You know, and you know. I always say, like, you know, women are the creator of life. Without women, we wouldn't be here. Men or women wouldn't be here. So why are we harming the creators of our life? And I'm not saying it to be sappy like that, but it's just unfortunate. You don't think he'd be sentenced to death? Boston bombing wasn't evidence. Well, that was federal, but the marathon bomber. He's in ADX Florence in Colorado. I think he has the death. I think did he get the death penalty? I thought he did. He got sentenced. He got on trial at the Moakley courthouse down in the Seaport, and then I think he got sentenced to death. And he's in ADX Florence. I know he's in Supermax in Florence, Colorado. That's where all the worst people go. Terrorists go there. Anyone with the threat to the country go there. Federal go to ADX Florence. That's where he's at right now. But it's gonna be. I mean, it's gonna be hard for this man to try to. He can't justify it. They may go to insanity plea, but I don't think that's gonna work. I don't think it's gonna work at all. But you know, their own brothers abusing and killing black women. Not only that, I think it also it sickens me that we're killing each other for no reason. Black, white, Chinese, Asian, Spanish, everything. Like, you don't have a right to kill somebody unless that person is a threat to you and your family, an immediate threat to you and your family. You know, like if a person's trying to kill you, or kill your daughter or your son or your family, then you have a right to defend yourself. And if that means taking someone's life for the basis of defending yourself, then that's justified. You know? Yeah, I mean, when you start going to religion and stuff like that, I try to stay out of that. But I respect everyone's opinion. But, you know, you can't kill it. I mean, Gina, I understand, don't kill it all, but if some man's coming at you with a weapon and you have a weapon, and if it's your life versus his life, I'm sorry. I agree with the right to bear arms. I agree in the right to defend yourself. I've never fired a firearm. I never shot a gun in my life. I've never taken anyone's life before, but I'll tell you this much. If someone's trying to take, yeah, absolutely, I believe in self-defense. That's the only reason why I can say it can be justified to kill somebody if that person's trying to kill you. Other than that, if there's a means to take somebody out without lethal force, by all means, do it that way. I've been trained to defend myself without lethal force. Fight or flight, that's one of the biggest things we use in the justice system that I work in now. But you know, like I said, there's a lot of stuff to unpack. I appreciate y'all interacting with me. The basis of this channel is to be our channel. You know, like I said, like, subscribe, share, comment, hit that notification button. Like I said before, I'm leaving to go to the West Coast in a couple of weeks. I got a new job out there. Some of my old videos, you'll see me out in Arizona. Check them out. I appreciate y'all interacting with me on this video, on this topic. I know it's a fresh topic. I appreciate that. I thank you very much. I greatly appreciate it. I got a good job out there. The cost of living is cheaper out there. Massachusetts is so expensive. For those that live here, they know Massachusetts is just getting so expensive. You know, Seaport, you got, you know, the South End, even Framingham, Chelsea, Dorchester, even Ashmont, you know, down in the other part of Dorchester is so expensive. Yeah, better quality of life. Absolutely. But like I said, there's a lot to unravel with this story. There's a lot of things going on. Yeah, gentrification is a big thing. Absolutely. Big thing. I mean, who would have thought you would have condos in Ashmont Station? They call it Ashmont Station / Peabody Square now. That's how expensive it is in Ash to live in Dorchester. You know, South Bay South Bay has a movie theater. I used to work at that Home Depot when I was in high school. Who would have thought they would have a movie theater in South Bay? They got apartments over there now. Like, they're gentrifying everything now. It's getting so expensive to live in Boston, and I'm getting out at the right time. I think I'm getting out at the right time. No, affordable housing isn't affordable. Absolutely right. You're absolutely correct on that one. You know, you know, go on the realtor website, look at houses in other states, and you're like, my money can go so much further than here. I mean, let me say this. I'm born and raised in Boston. I grew up in Dorchester and Roxbury. You know, I'm 37 years old. I'll be 38 in April. Boston will always be my home. This will always be where I'm from. I'll never forget where I'm from. But I'm looking forward to my new home. You do property management, so you know firsthand how expensive it can be here in Massachusetts. It can be very expensive. I mean, look at all the apartments. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate it. Well, I swim in the fountain of youth, you know. That's how I stay so young. You know, they say black don't crack. But you look at all the apartments they built. Fenway. Look behind the Peninsula, you know, the Seaport, the Ink Block down the South End, you know. Sorry about that. It froze for a little bit. You're from Jersey. Oh, I used to go when I would go to visit New York, I would stay in Newark on Broad Street, the Marriott on Broad Street, because it's cheaper to stay in New York than it is to stay in New York City, hotel wise. Yeah, the prices. I heard the taxes in Jersey is very expensive, very, very expensive in Jersey. But like I said, I used to stay in Newark on Broad Street. I used to stay on Broad Street in Newark, and I used to go to Newark Penn Station and take the train to New York City because it was cheaper to stay in Newark than it was to stay in New York City. But yeah, it's just so expensive here in Massachusetts. But yeah, I'm looking forward to my new journey. I'm looking forward to getting out to the West Coast. Better quality of life, laid back atmosphere. You know, I get to do a lot more things out there. I wanted to move to California, but California's expensive too. So Arizona's the next best thing. You know, I'm only 5 hours driving. I can hop on a plane and get to California in like an hour. So yeah, I mean, the East Coast is nice. I mean, where I'm from, we're known for our schools. Way too expensive. So never. It's too expensive. So the top 3 places to live in the country, they're most expensive places: San Francisco, New York City, and Boston, in that order. You know. And I hate to get off topic, but I get back on topic for a second. But I will say this. In order to live in San Francisco, right, you need to make $112,000 a year, one person, if you want to live in San Francisco. You know, if you, like, I saw something on YouTube where this lady was living in Fremont, which is about 90 miles from San Francisco. She was commuting back and forth each day from Fremont to San Francisco because she couldn't afford to live in San Francisco. Another engineer making $180,000 a year in San Francisco and barely getting by. So San Francisco is very expensive. I want to get into New York City because we all know how expensive New York City is. It's insane, you know? And Boston's up there too. Boston's insane as well. I mean, like I said, they're just building left and right. And like, who's filling these apartments? You know, who are filling these apartments that we got going on here? And like, it's just insane, you know? Yeah, Massachusetts is very expensive. I've lived here all my life, and I can't wait to leave. I mean, I can't wait to, you know, I'm gonna miss all my friends, but I'm not gonna miss this cold weather. I'm not gonna miss this weather at all. I'm not gonna miss the expensive pricing. I'm not gonna miss everything. But circle back here for a second. Like I said before, ladies, once again, well, yeah, I know. Born and raised. See, the thing about it is, this is what I want to talk about. This is why I'll say this, though, right? I feel like, personally, you know, a lot of people I know are content to where they live at. Luckily for me, I'm not married and I don't have any kids. They call me a unicorn. Oh, you're a single black man with a great job and no kids. I'm a unicorn. No, I don't know about that. But I would say this. It's a lot easier for me to transition because I don't have a wife. I don't have any kids. So it's a lot easier for me to go. You know what I'm saying? But you know, I know a lot of people that don't want to leave their neighborhood. They don't want to travel anywhere because they're safe and content with where they're at. But I also have the mindset that, you know, I feel like I'm established. Yeah, I'm not, no, Dorothy, I'm not saying you were content. I'm not saying that. If you're established where you're at and you love where you're at, more power to you. And I, like I said, this will always be my home. I was born and raised here. But a lot of people I know that are content. I know one person in particular that didn't even like the idea of going to Florida for a little vacation and couldn't wait to get back home. You know what I'm saying? I've been to Canada. I've been to Western Canada. I've been to Montreal. I've been to Toronto. I've been to Nova Scotia. It's amazing how when you go to a different country and you see different cultures, it expands your mind. You're flying to Haiti next week. Have a safe flight to Haiti. My grandmother went there when I was a kid, and she's had a great time. So have a safe flight when you go to Haiti and have some fun. Enjoy yourself while you're out there. But a lot of people I know don't even want to leave their own neighborhood. Like, I appreciate different cultures. When I went to Montreal, they say bonjour. You know, I love when they say bonjour, and I say bonjour back, and they start speaking French to me. And when I explain to them I don't speak French, I speak English, they turn it off like that, speak English to me. But it's just cool to see other people speaking different languages and having that dialect and that back and forth. I find it cool when I see people from other countries having a conversation. Like, this is awesome. I wish I knew a second language. I think it's pretty cool, you know. But like, I've always told my friends I want to move on the West Coast. And luckily, I get to live out my dream and move to the West Coast. And I did it my way, you know. I mean, a situation that was going on in my personal life a few months back. And the one thing I will say is this. When you're in a relationship with somebody, you two have to work together. You can't split apart. You have to work together for a common goal. And as much as you love somebody, at the same time, you have to be logical and have common sense. I wasn't willing to put my future in the hands of somebody else. I wasn't willing to put my future in the hands of somebody else without certain guarantees beforehand. My grandmother, God rest her soul, always taught me, and my grandfather and my father, God rest their soul, never leave a situation until you have a better situation. You know what I'm saying? I didn't want to leave here until I had a better situation. I'm leaving here in a couple weeks to go to a better situation. Like Frank Sinatra said, I did it my way. I wasn't going to do it on somebody else's accord. I wanted to do it my way. And that's the way I wanted to do it. And I'm happier for it because I was able to explore and see other things while I was out on the West Coast and had a good time. And, you know, I was slowly building. Yeah, absolutely. I was closing one door and opening up a new door. Like, I closed a chapter in my life and opened up a new chapter in my life. And like I said before, the transitions for me will be a lot easier because I'm not married and I don't have any kids, you know? And so the transition is a lot easier for me to get myself out there and start my new life out on the West Coast, and I'm looking forward to it. And like I said, guys, I greatly appreciate y'all chatting with me on YouTube. I don't make a lot of videos. I do videos here and there. I'm doing a live one here. I greatly appreciate y'all going back and forth with me. And like I said before, at the end of the day, yeah, no, I really appreciate that. They call me a unicorn. They say I'm a very rare. I'm a single black male with a good job and no kids. But I look at it as just me being not finding the right one yet, you know? And, you know, you do everything the right way for people. And sometimes, you know, one person doesn't appreciate it, but somebody else will appreciate what you bring to the table. But that's neither near or there right now. But I want to circle back to the main reason why I did this video. Ladies, like I said before, I want you to understand, you know, you have a right to go out and have a good time with your friends. You have a right to enjoy yourself. You have a right to an evening of fun. You also have a right to go home. You don't have a right. You have a right not to be killed. You have a right not to have some man touch you. That you know, unwanted touching. You have all these rights. Hey, what up, man? What's going on? No kids at all, man. I don't have any kids at all. No, I have no kids at all, my friend. That's my buddy right there. Hey, I gotta talk to you, man. You already know about my move. You already know about my move, man. I ain't got no kids, bro. You already know that. I'm trying to get to where you're at, man. You know, you happily married. You got a beautiful daughter, man. I want to get there one day. Tell her I said hi. Tell her I said hello. Tell children I said hello too. You know, tell her I said hello. But No, that's my buddy right there. We go way, way back. That's one of my, hey, I do anything for that man. I do anything for that man. I know he got my back. I got his back too. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, we go way, way back. Way, way back. I want to be like him. He's married with a beautiful family and a daughter. I want to be like him one day. You know what I'm saying? That's my buddy right there. But, you know, like I said before, you know, child support in your channel. Nah, man, ain't no child support here, bro. No child support here. I ain't got no kids. You're, hey, like I said, man, I want to get to where you're at one of these days, man. You know, that's my boy right there, man. You know, that's my buddy right there. But ladies, like I said before, man, girl code. Make sure y'all have each other's back. That's the most important thing. Have each other's back, because it's very important that you know, we don't want another one of these tragedies to happen again. You know, she didn't deserve to die. You know, and this guy has a lot of questions to answer. Bro, I feel bad for the situation. The guy's selfish man for killing that girl. Do you know? I know she had a daughter. I'm trying to figure out what the connection is between him and her. Like, you know, what were their connection? Never let our friends alone. Absolutely. When you go to the club, you don't go, like, when I go to the club with my friends, you know, I used to go as a group a long time ago, and, you know, we all went together, we all left together. We all got to get drunk, we all get mad at each other, but at the end of the day, we all made sure we all got home. You know what I'm saying? We all made sure we got home. But I want to know what the connection is between him and her. That's a big question. Did they know each other, or did they meet each other that night? Like, there's a lot of questions still need to be undressed here and unpacked here. So, you know, they said it was through a friend. Oh yeah, like, yes, oh please. Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of things that could have happened here. A lot of things that could have happened. I don't know. I just know that, and like I said, I feel bad for the daughter. I feel bad for the family. Like, the daughter, she had a 2-year-old little girl. The little girl's not gonna know her mom anymore. I mean, her mom's not here anymore. I mean, what went through this man's mind? Could have been rejection. They left her. So her friends left her. I mean, there's a lot of things out there. Did her friends leave her? Did she tell her friends to go? I don't know. Like, there's a lot of things out there. I don't know, man. I don't know. I just wish that this girl came home safe, because she had a right to come home safe. Their friends are not saying what really happened. One said they got drugged, and the other one said they were arguing, so she went try to fight for them. See, it's a lot of stories out there. There's a lot of things, and I'm not saying what you're saying is true. What could have been serious, the killer, but you're dead too. You're laughing. Well, like I said before, and I'll say it again, this man's in a lot of trouble. So what's going to end up happening is, like I said, I work in the court system, so I talked to some people today pertaining to what happens. So if you commit a crime in one state, you go across state lines and commit another crime, depending on the severity of the crime, the federal government can get involved. And the federal government gets involved, then they take on the case, and then you're in a lot of trouble. Like, a lot of trouble. You know what I'm saying? So allegedly this man committed a crime of kidnapping. I think he crossed a bunch of lines, you know? He went from Boston to Rhode Island to Delaware. True friends won't do that shit, man. Even if there was a situation, true friends was... Listen, I totally agree with you. I totally agree with you. Like, I got my friends back regardless to what the situation is. We can be drunk or angry. I got my friends back, man, because that's my friend. Because you know what? I'm going to tell you something, right? Yeah, I mean, so from what I can see, that her body was one of those... Someone said her body was one of those suitcases in Delaware when the police stopped him. So he crossed a bunch of state lines. He's in a ton of trouble. The federal government is always going to take the case, and he's screwed. Because if the state got involved, Boston might want jurisdiction, Rhode Island might want jurisdiction, Delaware might get him. Like, the federal government's going to come in and take over everything. So the federal government's going to take the case, and he's screwed. Listen, I did Uber on the side too. You know what I'm saying? You know, go as a group, man. Like I said, I always tell people, when you go out, leave as a group. Even if y'all, like, if there's a group of 6, if 2 going one way, 2, two two, or all together. You know, get an Uber SUV. Make sure everyone gets home safely. You know, I always preach safety. Like I said, I work in the court system. I went out. I went out a couple weeks ago. I went out. I parked my car, took an Uber to and from with one of my friends, and we had a good time. So yeah, I'm the same way. I don't drink that much either. You know, I don't do all that stuff. Like, you know, I will make sure that whoever I'm with is safe. You know, I don't, like I said, I don't know what this. I don't know. I want to know what the relationship between them two are. I mean, there's a lot of stories going out there, and I want to know what the situation is with that too. Yeah, exactly. I need to know more facts and what's going on. Like I said, I appreciate y'all checking out my channel. Like, subscribe, share. Subscribe to my channel, get notifications. And I appreciate y'all chopping it up with me here. You know, we'll keep it live going on here for you know, for a little bit. I appreciate the dialogue y'all guys got going back and forth with me, with each other. I appreciate that. And like I said before, a lot of stuff to unpack here. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, subscribe to my channel. After I'm done with this video, I'm gonna tweet it on my Twitter. My Twitter information, my Instagram information is on my profile. Make sure you follow me on Twitter, follow me on Instagram. I appreciate y'all checking out my channel. I really appreciate everyone, you know, having this dialogue and everything like that. So, yeah, I mean, there's a lot of stuff to unpack still. The story's still fresh in people's minds, still fresh on social media. It's a lot of stuff to unravel here. Really, that's interesting. That's very interesting to see what that's all about. So I'm wondering how valid that is. From now on, go code. Listen, I always say girl code, man. Even there's a guy code. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, women are allowed to go out and have a good time and have that right to go and have a good time. And like I said, I don't like people that are Facebook experts that said, oh, she's living in a shelter, she should have been home with her daughter. What does her living situation have to do with her going out for her birthday? I don't get it. I don't get it at all. Like, why her going out for her birthday where she lives at has anything to do with it? You know what I'm saying? She's providing for her daughter. She wanted to go out for a night to have fun with her friends. And, you know, you got these people saying that she's a ratchet because she's living in a shelter going to the club. No, she's not a ratchet. She wanted to have a good time with her friends for her birthday. That's all it is. And somebody allegedly took her life. You know. I mean, like I said before, I mean, when I travel, I definitely will check it. I have some videos on my YouTube about me in Arizona. Check them out. I have a bunch of stuff. Butt naked, she can still have me. Listen, I'm telling you something. You know, I appreciate females. I may not get along with a lot of them sometimes back in the day. You know, I was never, you know. I appreciate women. You know, women can push men's buttons all the time. It happens all the time. Women have that special power to push a man's button, but at the same time, they don't have a right to be abused. They don't have a right to be killed. They don't have a right to be unwantedly touched if it's not necessary. You know what I'm saying? And this girl didn't have a right to die. And there's a lot of things going on. A lot of people are you know, a lot of people are like, okay, you know, I think it was irresponsible that, like, them girls are not her friend. So how do you feel about that? Do you feel like how do you feel about the friends? Do you think the friends could have did something else to prevent this from happening? Like, what do you guys think happened? I mean, what do you think happened? Because I'm wondering, like, you know, there's rumors out there saying that you know, the friends deleted their Instagram and deactivate their Facebook. I mean, don't get me wrong. I think the Boston police will have a conversation with them to find out what led up to this happening. I mean, I think this will happen. Oh, by the way, guys, not just like much blame on the killer. Maybe her friends failed her, but ultimately no one expects it to happen. I mean, it's going to be very interesting to see what happens. It's going to be interesting to see. Like I said, I think the snap conversation, friends that failed there. I think no more facts. Yeah, I mean, I think the cops got the right person. I will say that. I mean, I definitely got the right person. But, you know, I will say I think the Boston police will have a conversation with her friends that went out, because like I said, a lot of these clubs now have these ID scanners. So when you scan your ID, you know that you were there. So if you become missing, you try to figure out where she was, the last person he was at. They need to give her justice. People were involved, point blank, period. Yeah, I agree. I agree. There's gonna be a lot of, like I say, there's a lot of unpacking going on here with this. There's gonna be a lot of stuff unpacking. And like I said, it's unfortunate that this ended tragically. And I think she should have been able to come home with her daughter and, you know, stuff like that, which means more than one story. Like I said, I wonder if they had a relationship prior. I don't know. Like that's the thing I'm wondering. Like, was there some type of correlation? Was there some type of relationship between those two? Like, you know, I need to know what happened. Like, I need to know, did he know her prior to this? Did he meet her that night? Like I said, so one person said he might have got rejected by her, you know? I mean, she was a very beautiful girl. She's a very beautiful girl. 23 years old. Her friend Penelope posted Friday that saying saying girls are grimy. That was interesting. You know what, though? Listen, I tell you something. Guys, women, we can be petty, we can be catty, whatever. But at the end of the day, if that's your friend, if you're mad at your friend, you make sure your friend's safe. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've gotten mad at my friends before, but that doesn't mean I stopped talking to them. You know what I'm saying? I've never fought my friends, but we've gotten mad at each other. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, no, that's my peoples. I want to make sure I would hate to know that I could have prevented one of my friends from... I would hate to know that one of my friends died because I didn't do something to prevent it from happening. You know what I'm saying? You know, no, of course not. But at the same time, you just never know. We live in a world where things are screwed up now. We live in a society where everything's so screwed up. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, absolutely. Absolutely. When you have someone that says, call me when you make it home, that means they care about you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I went out the other night. I went out a few weeks ago with a friend of mine, and she texted me, like, call me, text me, let me know you got home safely. And I met her for the first time that night. You know, like, she didn't know me from dirt, but at the same time, she cared enough to say to me, text me, want to make sure you got home safely. That's someone that cares about you, even though you just met that person. Like, it's a human instinct. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't be, we literally do and never take drinks from strangers like mine. Like I said, I always say, when you go to the club and someone offers to buy you a drink, right? Make sure you watch the bartender pour the drink. You don't take a separate drink from strange man. Some man try to roofie you in 2010. That's terrible. Like, I don't get this culture. Like, you know, we get this culture like, oh yeah, I think I can do whatever I want to. We don't live in that world. We don't live in that world. That's not right. That's not right to do this. Like, you don't have access to do whatever you want to people. It doesn't work that way. And it blows my mind that people think that's okay. You know, like, you know, it's insane. That's recently happened in ATO. What happened in ATO recently? What happened? Like I said, I appreciate y'all checking out the channel, being on the live with me. I appreciate that. Like I said, it's unfortunate what happened here, and you know, I wish the family my condolences. Even though that doesn't mean nothing, but I know they're gonna do something. I know they're gonna do something for her. I think they're doing something at the venue that it happened. They're doing a fundraiser to try to help with costs of her daughter, for the money for her daughter, stuff like that. Dancing at a club. I don't go to clubs anymore, man. My club days are over. You know, I'll go to a lounge. I'll go to I go to casinos, but I don't gamble a lot. I like the whole ambiance of casinos. Like, you see drunk people, you see happy people, you see mad people. Like, I went out to a casino a couple weeks ago, had a great time, had fun. You know, like, nothing wrong with that. Like, I don't go to clubs. You know, like, especially where I'm moving, where it's a gun-friendly state. You know, you can carry a concealed weapon. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got to be more logical about what I'm about to do out there, because, I don't do clubs. I just don't, because I see a lot of shootings that happen in clubs. Like, you know what I'm saying? I see a lot of it. Like, fights spill outside of the club, and next thing you know, you see gunfire going off. And like, I did a story on my channel about a girl out of Nacogdoches, Texas, Lyric Polly. She went out to the club. She was a mother of two. Went out to the club. Two guys got into an argument. Guys pull out guns. She gets shot in the head and she dies. You know what I'm saying? She's 23, mother of two. She's dead. She went to a club. You know what I'm saying? In Texas. And once again, the Facebook police were like, why was she out to the club when she should have been home with her kids? And I don't get it, man. Like, listen, my friend that's on here right now, he's a father, you know, he's married, you know. If he wanted to go out and have a night with his buddies, right, he's okay for him to go. If him and his wife want to go out and have a date night together without their daughter, that's perfectly fine. That's perfectly fine. You know what I'm saying? They don't, I mean, they love, I love the fact they have a great family. You know, they're from up here where I'm at from. They moved out to Georgia. They have a great life. They live a great life. They're very happy, and I'm happy for them. But logically tells me if they want to go out and have a night out for themselves, go to a lounge, go to a club or something like that, they have a right to do that and have a right to come home to their daughter. They don't have to be like, oh, you're parents, you should be home with your daughter. They're home with their daughter every day. They want to have one night of the year to go out together. They have the right to do that or not be judged on it. Like I said, we live in a society where people are judging other people's lives, not worrying about what they're doing in their own lives. That's a problem. It's a problem. Like, don't worry about what other people are doing. If they're not hurting you or affecting you personally, why are you worrying about what other people are doing? That's the frustrating part about it. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I mean, like I said before, I don't do clubs. I don't do clubs anymore. I'm too old for that. I'm about to be in a wheelchair soon, man. I'm getting old. You know what I'm saying? Clubs and churches. So what if you was in church when they got shot up too? Yeah, I mean, you can get shot walking down the street. Does that mean you deserve to get shot? No, it doesn't. You know? But yeah, I mean, it's unfortunate about what's going on. People love to throw stones at glass. Absolutely. 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 You know, like, why are you worrying about what someone else is doing? You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, it's just amazing how people would love to judge other people's lives and don't worry about what's going on in their own house. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I mean, like I said, there's a lot of stuff to unpack in the story. It's unfortunate. I shared the story. A lot of people shared the story. She's a very beautiful girl. She didn't deserve what happened to her. Her daughter didn't deserve to lose her mom. Yeah, we have a lot of social media judges out here. We got a lot of people out here judgmental, social media judges, all this stuff. Like, who are you to judge somebody's life? You know what I'm saying? Like, if they're not affecting you personally, why do you care about what's going on? You know what I'm saying? But it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate what's going on. Like I said, I appreciate y'all checking out me live. Like, subscribe, share, comment, hit that notification button. I appreciate y'all. You know, this is a good conversation I'm having here. I appreciate everyone's opinion on everything. So what do y'all think? What do you think is going to happen to him? I think he's going to be he's in a lot of trouble. Obviously, I think the case is going federal. What do y'all think? What do you think is going to happen to him? You think he's going to get life? You think he's going to get the death penalty? What do you think is going to happen? Because he ain't getting nowhere. I pray that his family finds peace, strength. Absolutely. I don't. Do you think? Yeah, I mean, yeah, he's in a lot of trouble. He's in a lot of trouble. This is not looking good for him at all. And you know, rightfully so. Allegedly, let me say allegedly. But leading life in prison, we'll see. I mean, I can see that. I mean, like I said, it's gonna be a federal case, and the evidence ain't looking too good for him. It ain't looking too good for him at all. You know, I mean, it's unfortunate what happened. You know, I wish for a better ending. Unfortunately, it didn't happen that way. But you know, like I'll say this, like I said, ladies, when you go out together as a group, go in together as a group, live together as a group. You know, don't take any drinks from strange men. Even some women out there. Gotta go to the bathroom. Go to the bathroom as a group. You know, stick together. You know, I know the drinks are involved. Might be some feelings. People say you speak the truth when you're drunk. Yeah, that's the case. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that was terrible. Her brother is hurt. I mean, my heart feels for the man. Lost his sister. You know what I'm saying? It's terrible. It's terrible. You know, like I said, I want everyone to go out, have a good time, have fun, and come home. Yeah, I mean, that's all a formality. That happens all the time. I work in the system. I know how that works. I mean, you have that right to plead not guilty. That's just your constitutional right. Really? I didn't see that part. I didn't see that. I didn't see that at all. But you distracted me from my and we all need an R. Kelly break. No, I didn't see that. I didn't see that at all. I didn't see that at all. But yeah, no. When you go out, have a good time, be safe, don't take drinks from strange men and women. Uh, you know, wow, wow. They probably took it down real quickly. And like I said, he crossed a bunch of state lines, so he's in a lot of trouble. He's in a lot of trouble. But YouTube, I've been on here for an hour and 10 minutes conversating with all you guys. I greatly appreciate it. You know, oh wow, wow, wow. So, but listen, yeah, I mean, I'll say this though. He can't categorically deny that that body was in the trunk in that suitcase. He can't say, I don't know how that got there. That defense is out the window. We all know he's in a lot of trouble. We all know that it's not looking good for him. We all know that it's 99.9% chance this is going to go to a federal case. We all know that he's looking at life without parole. We all know that it's a possibility that the federal prosecutor can go for the death penalty. That all that stuff is in play. We all know this. You know, what I think we need to wait and find out is some more details about what led up to this happening. Like I said, a lot of people are upset at her. They call her the so-called friends or her friends. You know, what happened. That will come out hopefully soon. The police will talk to the friends, see what happened, and go from there. Ray justice for 500. He's gone to PC, you know that. They're not putting him in general population. They'll kill him. They will kill him. If they go to general population, first of all, like I said, I'll run it back a little bit here. 99.9% chance he'll go to federal, it'll be a federal trial. He'll probably go on a federal judge once he gets extradited. I don't know where he'll be extradited back. Like I said, it's between that Boston and Rhode Island thing. I don't know. Wherever court he goes to is going to be, he'll be in front of a judge. He'll plead not guilty. He'll get held with no bail, no bond, no bail. He'll go to jail. They're going to put him in PC because everyone knows about this now. Word gets around fast. What about the yard? Like, he ain't getting no rec yard. He'll get 1 hour of rec time per day. They're going to put him in PC. He'll be locked up 23 hours a day. He's going to be in PC. They're not going to put him in general population. They're not going to. They will kill him. Yeah, exactly. They're going to put him in PC because he's not. 23 hours a day you get locked up. If you're in PC, you're in that 8x10 cell 23 hours a day. You're gonna be on suicide. Yeah, probably too. That probably will happen too. Then he is not gonna. Yeah, he's in a lot. He's in a lot of trouble. He's in a lot of trouble. Like I said, he'll get no bail. I'm almost certain he'll get no bail. Obviously, he'll get no bail. I mean, great, the murder charges, he'll get no bail. Like I said, I believe he's in Delaware still. They're gonna do the whole extradition process, extradite him back up to the Northeast, wherever that be, Rhode Island, Boston, wherever, and then go from there. And then, like I said, they're gonna put him in PC. They're not gonna put him in general population. The guys will kill him. They will kill him for dinner. They will eat him for lunch. You know, peanut butter and Vaseline, all that stuff. No, I shouldn't say that. But yeah. Unfortunately, she passed away. They found her dead in the trunk today in Delaware. Amelia Ray. They found her dead in the trunk today. Unfortunately, she wasn't found alive. Sad story. I was hoping for the best. We were all hoping for the best for the sake of her family, for the sake of her 2-year-old daughter. But unfortunately, she was found dead today in Delaware in the trunk of a guy that allegedly killed her. Yeah, we were just talking about that. A lot of people don't really want to know what happened with her friends. You know what I'm saying? I was talking about this earlier. Like, you know, we have this girl code thing where, you know, when you go somewhere together as a group, you leave as a group. You know, you do everything together as a group. But there's a lot of stuff to unpack. Like I said before, I have a link on the video of the story that happened today on Channel 7, talking about this very same topic. Like I said, they went home and didn't care about her safety. That's the same. I mean, that's a lot of things that people are talking about. Yeah, I mean, what really happened? You know, I mean, it's weird. She left at 12:15. That's not normal. Yeah, the club left at 2 o'clock here. I mean, like I said, I think the biggest thing I want to know is what was the relationship between him and her. You know, what was the relationship between them two? That's the most important. I want to know that. I want to know what the relationship is between him and her. Did they know each other prior? Did he meet her that night? Was he rejected and this is what happened? Like, and you know, a lot of people, I go back to a lot of people on Facebook are victim shaming this girl. This girl had a right. This girl had a right to go out and have fun for her birthday. She didn't have a right to get killed, no matter what the circumstance were. You got a lot of people on Facebook victim shaming her. They say she should have been home with her daughter. No. Well, yeah, but still, what's wrong with her going out for one night and having fun for her with her friends on her birthday? You know? I don't know. I don't know. That's interesting. I don't know. But with I do Uber on the side, and you always, they always have your picture and the type of car that you're in. So I don't know. Yeah, victim blaming is trash, dude. I hate that. I hate that. Like I hate that, dude. Like, it's not her fault that she got killed. It's not her fault. Like, let me be clear as day for that. It is not her fault that she was killed. It was not her fault whatsoever. I hate the fact that we have people on social media that want to blame the victim for everything. Do we blame women? So it's like saying, okay, a woman's wearing a short mini skirt with heels. Does that mean she deserved to be raped? Absolutely not. But if she didn't wear that skirt, she wouldn't have gotten raped. I hate that. I totally hate that. Like, you should be able to wear whatever the hell you want to wear and not be sexually violated. You know what I'm saying? Like I despise that shit, man. I despise that shit to my core. So you wearing tight pants or tight skirt, does that mean you have the right to get felt up on? Oh, if you didn't wear that skirt, you wouldn't have never gotten felt up on. No, you dumbass. You shouldn't have gotten felt. Like, no, like I don't like people that do shit like that. That shit annoys the shit out of me. I don't mean to be swearing like that, but that triggers me, man. Like, this girl had the right to go out and have a good time. It's like, if you didn't have this pedophile mindset, you wouldn't see it that way. No, I mean, like I said, I don't like the fact that people are pointing the finger at this girl. Like, I don't like that. I don't like it at all. Like, it's not her fault that she was killed. It's not her fault. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't put it any clearer than that. Like, it's not her fault that she was killed. Oh, not you. I'm agreeing. Oh, okay. All right. I want to be clear about that. But, it's just a shame that, this girl lost her life. You know what I'm saying? Like, she shouldn't have lost her life. And the more will come out. There's going to be a trial one day. Well, God help him when that trial comes up, because that courtroom's going to be full with her family in it. And you know what? He's in a lot of trouble. A lot of trouble. Yeah, he's done. I won't be able to stomach it. I mean, there's a lot of stuff to still unpack, though. There's still a lot of stuff to unpack. I still want to know what the relationship between the two was. I want to know what happened. That will come out eventually, and it'll be interesting to see what happens going forward. It'll be interesting to see what's going. They have a lot of video. Yeah, I mean, apparently they had video of him leaving with 2 suitcases, and next thing you know, he's in Delaware. Crossing state lines, and who's his family? I wonder where he's from. He looked like he's from Cape Verde too. I mean, his last name is Coleman, but I don't know. I know he's an engineer that worked at Raytheon in Rhode Island. Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of stuff going on. He does, or Indian. Yeah, I mean, he looked Cape Verdean. He does look. I mean, I don't know. I know she was Cape Verdean. I know that for a fact. She was Cape Verdean, because there was a big Cape Verdean. I mean, like I said, I grew up in Roxbury. There's a big Cape Verdean community in Roxbury. Yeah, I think I saw that too. Yeah, I did see that. I mean, yeah, he's in a lot of trouble. He's in a lot of trouble. It doesn't look good for him at all. I will say that much. He's in a lot of trouble. Yeah, that is true. I saw that too. I saw that part. That was part of the news coverage too. like I said, this is all over Facebook. I mean, you're from Jersey, you're seeing it. You might, it's been so you drugged her. Yeah, he grew up in a little CV Upman's Corner. Yeah, yep, yeah, Upman's Corner, Magnolia Street, Dudley Street. My barber is Cape Verdean. If you know Ideal Sub Shop on Dudley Street, my barber's right across from Ideals. Yeah, I went to St. Patrick's School in Roxbury, so I know that whole. I used to live over that area. I know the Cape Verde community really well. My barber is Cape Verdean, but yeah, I read that he carried it upstairs, suitcases, no girl. Cape Verdean is off the coast of Africa. It's the Creole. Yeah, yep. Cape Verdean black. Yeah, exactly. They're African, but they speak a dialect. It's like so you have Brazilian, you have Portuguese, and you have Cape Verdean. It's all the same language but different dialects. If that makes sense, you know, like they call it Criollo. That's what they call it. It's a Creole. They speak a different version of Creole. You know, like I said, Brazilians, Portuguese, and Cape Verdeans, they have like the same language but a little different dialect. But yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome. Are they closing the nightclub for good, or are they closing it just for the night? Because it happened at Venue, I believe, right? That's where it happened in Venue. I believe that's where it happened at. So like I said, it was fortunate just tonight. Okay, okay. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I mean, if you guys are hearing about it or not from Massachusetts, you know it went viral on Facebook. Everyone I know is shared. I shared the story. I shared it. I was hoping for a happily ever after, you know. Unfortunately, it didn't happen that way, and this guy's in a lot of trouble. A lot of trouble. And you know, he has to answer for one day, and he'll have his time, but like 10 times. Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, yeah. I mean, what he did allegedly, North Carolina, and I saw it on the IG shade room, posted it. Yeah, I mean, this story went viral real quick, and I'm glad it did. I was hoping for, like I said, I was hoping for a better ending. Like followed for the past few days. Once just shit. Yeah, yeah. I mean, it hit North Carolina, it hit Jersey. You know, it hit everywhere. Like I said, it got around quick, and like I said, I was hoping for a better outcome, and unfortunately, we didn't get the better outcome that we wanted. But you know what? People here in Boston are strong, resilient. They'll get through this. The family will get through this. They'll never ever have their daughter back, their sister, aunt, whatever. They'll probably never have closure. But you know what? There's some solace knowing that the man that was responsible for this allegedly is put behind bars for the rest of life. There's a little bit of closure and solace that can come out of this. And you know, I feel terrible for the family. I feel terrible for her 2-year-old daughter. Never gonna see her mom again. You know, it's unfortunate. You know, I'm happy they found her though. Instead of not going, I'm sorry for being wrong. Absolutely, absolutely. It's unfortunate that people should be able to do whatever they want to do and come home safely. You know, and unfortunately, you know, it didn't happen in this situation. That's unfortunate. But you know, I think they found the person they're looking for. They found her body in a suitcase. He can't justify where that came from. He can't say I didn't know that was there, because, like he said, like someone, my friend said, they saw him carry her upstairs, and he comes out with 2 suitcases. But I have family friends that have gone to that club. I mean, I've been there. Yeah, exactly. You know, it's, you know, you go to a club, you want to have a good time, and like, you know, we have mutual friends that have gone to that club several times, and it's like, you know, it's crazy. Listen, and I'll say this, Dorothy, and I'll say this to everybody again. People that know her know what kind of mom she was to her daughter, and I'm assuming that everyone that I see on Facebook saying that she was an amazing mom. But you have people on Facebook that says, "Oh, she lived in the shelter in Lynn. Why is she going to the club? Why does that matter?" Once again, why does that matter if she lived in the shelter or not? Why did that matter? Her daughter was with family while she went out to enjoy her birthday. Like, what is her living situation relevant to what happened to her? You know what I'm saying? What did it have to do with anything? Like, people pointing out the negative things. Like I said, it's not her fault that she's dead. It's not her fault at all. People always want to play that, want to do that. I don't know if she was homeless. I mean, the news did say she was living in a shelter in Lynn. There's a situation that goes on. What happens in Massachusetts is we're one of those states where, like, if you're a single parent with kids, you move into a shelter, it's a lot easier for you to get affordable housing because Massachusetts does cater. That is probably true. That's absolutely true. So what happens is, well, yeah, that's exactly what I want to say here. If you're a single parent living in Massachusetts, you go into a shelter, it's a lot easier for you to get affordable housing because in Massachusetts, I don't want to say cater, not cater, but single women with children have priority in the housing list than anyone else. That's just a fact. It's a fact that I don't want to say that word, but even regardless of the situation, even if she was in a shelter with her daughter, she was trying to do whatever she could to better her life and better her daughter's life. That's the truth. That's my point. And if she wanted to go out and have a night of fun with her friends, that was her right, especially on her birthday. Absolutely. That's my point. It's a lot easier for you to get a housing voucher if you're living in a shelter with your children. If you're a single parent, especially a female with children, you live in a shelter, it's a lot easier for you to get a voucher to get affordable housing. That's just how it is in Massachusetts. It's always been that way, And like I said, regardless, shelter or not, he was 32 years old, I believe. 31 or 32 years old, I believe. I know he's in his 30s. I think he's either 31 or 32 years old, if I'm not mistaken. But regardless of the situation, she had the means to go out and have a good time with her friends on her birthday. And it didn't matter where she lived at. It didn't matter. Her daughter was taken care of. And from what some people were saying on here, she was an amazing mom to her daughter. So what's wrong with her going out for a night and having a good time? No. But it is true, if you're a single parent, if you're a single woman, female with children, it is a lot easier for you to get a voucher for Section 8, But regardless of that, what does it have to do with her going out and having a good time with her friends? It doesn't, But I know some people, so we got these high-rise apartments in Fenway, brand new. Exactly. You hit the nail hit the nail right on the head. Her daughter was safe, and she had a right to go out. If you're a single mom, you basically have to in Boston. Yeah, exactly. That's true. That's absolutely true. But I mean, or live with roommates or family. Listen, I understand why you left. That's why I'm leaving too, dude. I know. Yeah, Massachusetts is insane. So, I was talking to somebody that didn't know how expensive it was to live in Massachusetts. The Ink Block, the Ink Block down the South End. They got a Whole Foods down in the South End, not in South End, up the street from right next to Pine Street in the South End, called the Ink Block. Looking like kids having roommates. Exactly. So. Like I said, I understand why you moved. I understand why you left. It was just getting insanely expensive up here. It's a struggle to live up here, especially when you have a family. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's hard to live in Massachusetts when you have a family, and it's hard to get by. But let me get back to my story real quick. So the Ink Block, which is up the street from the Pine Street Inn, I think it's is it Harrison Avenue or North? I think it's Harrison Avenue. I believe it is where the Ink Block is at, where the Whole Foods is at. So I was talking to a friend of mine. It is Harrison Avenue. Okay. A 540 square foot studio in the Ink Block. I mean, they're pumping apartments in their left and right. Goes between $2,500 and $4,200 a month. Absolutely, she was doing her best. She was trying to do her best to provide for her and her daughter. A 540 square foot studio apartment in the Ink Block is going between $2,500 and $4,200 a month. For a 540 square foot apartment. It's insane. Like, at that point, you might as well just burn your money. The Seaport, right? They have apartments in the Seaport. I saw one. I forgot what the square footage on the apartment was. $13,000 a month for an apartment in the Seaport. What kind of jobs do these people have where they can afford 13 grand a month for an apartment? I need to know what they're doing for a living, because I want to have that. That's sinful. Listen, Massachusetts is insane. Engineers, doctors, lawyers, like, look at it like this, right? I'm gonna tell you something. We have one part of the Boston called the North End, one of the smallest streets in Massachusetts. I do Uber, I drive through the North End. The North End is, I don't understand how people park there. It is so small, so historic, and so tiny. Like, I get frustrated driving to the North End. I will drop people off in the North End, but I will not pick up because the streets are so small. The North End of Boston, especially the North End itself, the streets are insanely small. Brigham, all the doctors rent those apartments. Well, yeah. I mean, I talked to some guy the other day. He is like his director. His director lives in one of those apartments, $2 million loft in Fenway. I mean, I like Fenway. I wouldn't want to live in Fenway though. I mean, Fenway's okay, but I mean, they're building these Targets everywhere too. Like, they got a Target in Porter Square now. They got a Target in Fenway. They got a Target in Cambridge. I mean, wherever there's new developments, there's Targets everywhere, because they just, you know, I've lived in. So you know the Target in Fenway then, right? You know about that Target they built in Fenway. That's an odd place to have a Target right there near Fenway Park. That's an odd place to have a Target. Very strange place, you know. But yeah, man, housing is, yeah, it's weird. It's right on the corner. Like, where do you park at to go? And you got to pay for parking to go shop at Target. It makes no sense at all. But yeah, it's just Massachusetts is insane. It's just crazy. In the building with the Red Sox. Oh, really? Okay. Well, that's convenient for them. They can walk right to work, you know. If you living down that area, you shouldn't have the car. Like, you know what I'm saying? Oh, this was years ago. Okay. But yeah, no, I see why you left though. I see why you left a couple years ago, because it's insane. Like, prices up here are just getting outrageously insane. Like, I'll tell you real quickly. I used to live in the suburb of Belmont, which is about maybe 10-15 minutes outside of Boston. It's next to Watertown, Belmont, Mass, right? My girlfriend at the time, we lived in Belmont. We had a 3-bedroom, one and a half bathroom. We lived in a townhouse in Belmont, right? This is 2013 when we split. At that time, I was paying $1,200 a month between the both of us for a townhouse in Belmont. Now, Belmont's a very affluent town, right? $1,200 a month for a 3-bedroom, 1.5 bathroom. You're never gonna see that ever again, you know. And I love Belmont. I used to work in Cambridge. Yeah, that's nothing. That was 6 years ago. Yeah, good luck trying to find an apartment in Belmont for $1,200 a month. You probably can't get a studio for that much. And like I said, Belmont's like 10 to 15 minutes outside of Boston. It's like right next. It's like Cambridge, Watertown, Belmont. Yeah, exactly. And I lived in Brighton. Brighton was expensive too. I lived in Brighton for a little bit too. Just the housing market is getting insane out here. I'm moving out west. Isn't Jersey's housing cheap, but the taxes are more expensive? I think New Jersey has one of the highest tax rates in the country. But you know, like I said, it's just getting insane here. All right, YouTube, listen. Thank you so much for spending your hour and a half of your life with me. I greatly appreciate it. I want y'all to understand that this channel is about us, not about me. I just moderate it. I appreciate the dialogue you guys gave. I appreciate the conversation that we had. I want you guys to like, subscribe, share, hit the notification button. I'm trying to get my subscribers up. I'll have more content when I move out to Phoenix in a few weeks. I greatly appreciate y'all. R.I.P. Jassy. I wish it was a better outcome for you. You will get your day in court. You know, you're not here with us anymore, but you know, justice will be served on behalf of the legal system. I appreciate y'all once again. Thank you guys once again for spending your time with me, having a nice dialogue. I greatly appreciate it. I will talk to you guys soon. Shout out to Heck. I appreciate you checking out my channel. Tell everyone I said hello. Good night, everybody. I appreciate it. The Half Man, Half Mason's out. Have a good night, guys. Peace.